vlog, Flosstube vlog uploaded. It's 8:25 that same day. I also noticed, so I was wearing this shirt last week and then I recorded today with it, and now I'm starting with it today again. I think I also had it on in my StitchCon recap video. I love it. Anyway, I am dyeing fabric. And my husband's upstairs, so that's why I'm being quiet again. Let me show you. Okay, so a couple tricks. I have heard that 1, you don't put your finger in the camera. 2, that the best way to dye a solid fabric is to get a gigantic pot. I think I got this one at Walmart. It was like super cheap and only used for dye. And then I fill it with water, follow the instructions on the back of the bottle. Uh-oh, this guy's poking out. Get back in there. And maintaining it at the right temperature. So let me show you. So I'm dyeing even weave, which is a mixed fabric. It's not all cotton. It has some different components. So I'm trying this RTO Dye More Synthetic liquid dye, and I literally just follow the instructions. So I didn't pre-wash the fabric, but I did wet it. So I soaked it before putting it in the pot. You also want it to be like just below boiling and maintaining that temperature throughout. The recommendation is 30 minutes to an hour. I keep it in there for a little longer than an hour. So we'll show you the final result in a little bit, but I have tons of projects that came on in kits with navy blue Ada, and the navy blue Lugana is much lighter than the navy blue Ada. I failed taking it before, but I'll explain. So this was a fail. That's how dark it came out. And I did take a picture. This is not the color, this is not the color, this is not the color after washing. Okay, let's start with saying that I have had this is RTO Red Mermaid. I have had this kit now a long time. I don't remember. I know it was in the Bahamas. So maybe a year and a half ago I purchased it, and it's not considered a start in my eyes because that's all I had. It's nothing. I don't know if you can tell from this picture or from this video. So this is I have it here, 14 count Ada in navy. The camera's blowing it out, but this is very, very close to a midnight blue black. But I didn't like the texture of the Ada. I didn't like the coverage of the called for the one strand and how it was coming along. So I decided very early on that I was not going to continue this and kind of scrapped it, hoping that I could dye some fabric to get it to this color, because in the Lugana world by Zweigart, it's not the same color, it's lighter. Let's see. So this is more of a blue and this is more of a midnight navy. This is also after trying to dye it twice and failed miserably because it literally looks like it went back to the same color. So I dyed 2 pieces of this Lugana that aren't even the correct size, and then I had a white piece of Lugana and failed miserably with this one too. I even have some dye spots. And then I found out that this Lugana was actually 25 count and I needed 28, so it was a fail all around. So then I pulled out this black Lugana. It's literally just solid black that I thought may work. The colors really pop on it, and I think it will be okay. I don't want to invest any more money in trying to get this color. I don't want to stitch on this fabric. So I'm thinking that black glue gun is gonna be the way to go. And then I was ready for my start. I'm going to show you this chart because there's no earthly way that you guys will be able to stitch this. So I took pictures of it, converted it into my PDF for my working copy, found the middle, which is around the hand, and look at how many symbols are there. So I was gonna start with these. It's literally 3 stitches, and then I have all of this other symbol confetti. So then I said, okay, well, never mind. Let me do the top and maybe do a top middle start. And then I saw, you know, that's pretty confetti heavy too. And I have to figure out all of these symbols and stuff. So then my, So then my start bug stopped. And I've decided that I'll just continue working on Santa's Magic and just stitch white until my hands fall off. So this is my starting point today on Santa's Magic. I finished up this sleeve. I think that sleeve was not completely done yesterday, so it's a lot of DMC Blanc. And now I started over here. I finished all the DMC Blanc down here, and I'm starting the DMC Blanc here, which is pretty solid stitching. So since I don't want to do confetti, I suppose I will just continue white stitches non-stop. And I'm pretty floss tubed out, so I think I'm going to put on something on TV. I don't know what though. I'll figure that out, and I'll check back in soon. Good morning. Today is a day. It is Thursday? That sounds about right. So today is Thursday. Once again at work, but coming in later than usual. So I feel better. And I got a nitro cold brew. And a funny story about the nitro cold brew. So at StitchCon, I had ordered a nitro cold brew. And I was so chatty. I was like just nonstop. I could not figure out what had happened. I was like, oh my gosh, maybe it's all the highs of StitchCon, or just like all the feels and like meeting everybody. No, it was nitro cold brew. So today is going to be a super heavy day at work. I'm seeing a lot of people today. So I decided, I remember that the nitro cold brew kind of perked up my energy and had me basically on a high, just speeding and so I needed a little bit of that this morning, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm hoping that I don't just completely crash, because tonight I'm hoping to get that one part of the Christmas wreath done. Not done, but like get a good amount on that last little section. I also noticed that on Santa's Magic, the amount of stitching that I need to do is actually not too much. So I feel comfortable putting that aside, working on a different project that I can get a finish on. Yes! And finish that up, get that off of my whip list. And then, see, I don't know. I technically should go back to Santa's Magic, work a little bit more on it. The problem is that like the solid stitching is pretty much done. Now it's more color changes, Krynic, whisper thread, and it's not the most soothing thing to stitch on. Like it's not super fun to use Krynic. It's not super fun to use whisper. So I'm kind of pushing it off. Oh, and I'm also waiting on another pack of whisper from 123. So that also plays into effect. But so I want to do that. And then of course I'm like itching. I'm trying to hide in the parking lot. I'm itching for like a Halloween, I guess, start. Maybe not a start. The only spooky stuff I have, oh my gosh, I had just seen like a crane. I thought it was a pair of shoes elevating.
I don't have any spooky stuff or anything like eerie, creepy, except Sleepy Hollow. Maybe I have a picture. Sleepy Hollow, which was an adopted abandoned whip from Jordan. Her YouTube and Instagram is Tattooed Stitcher, but she just had a baby, congrats. And she hasn't been filming in like a million years, but her Instagram I think is pretty active. Anyway, that's the only real Halloween spooky stitch that I have. And I have so many that are on my I want to get started list, including Skeleton Crew, which would technically be a restart, because if you've been with me for a very long time, I started that one 1/1 while I was still living in the Bahamas, because I didn't have any fabric that would fit it, and it just wasn't fun. And I'm trying to think. There's that one. There's a Doreen Jones free stitch along from last year I would love to do. Those are kind of the ones that are like on my head, on my mind. And I need to kind of start cranking out some smalls for Stitch West in October. So I don't know. I have all of these plans and stuff, but between my energy at work and coming home and my brain and physical power at night, it's not there. This weekend, I should be able to get a lot of stitching time in again, but then the next 2 weeks, I will be traveling. So I have to take advantage of this time, because I don't know how much stitching I'll get done while I'm traveling. It's usually close to nothing. So yeah, I hope everyone's having a great day. I hope I have a great day. That I'm going to manifest my great day and look at all of the good things that I could possibly see, including nitro cold brew Starbucks coffee. And my nose is starting to run. Anyway, I will check in with you all later. Bye. It's Friday and I got out early, so I'm very happy about that. That doesn't typically happen, so I already got denied overtime. I was so excited. That means that I get to go home. I'm here. Gazpacho's back there munching. And let me show you what I'll be working on. So, goals. This is going to come out since it's early. What time is it? 3:50. I'm gonna push for a finish. It's Friday. I don't need to work tomorrow, so I think I'm gonna push for a finish here, and this whole thing will be done. I'm pretty hopeful that I can do that tonight, but we'll see. I'll check in shortly. I'm halfway done. I didn't finish it last night. Who was I kidding? But I finished this, the peppermint, this. So I just need to fill in. I think there's one more light here, and then finish that, and we'll call it a finish. Things that arrived in the mail. I got my fabric of the month for August from Fiberlicious, which is a super fun color. It's really pretty. It's like this mix of these pinks and oranges. I've mentioned many a time, but I have 3 fabric of the months. Fiberlicious I order in the Lugana, the even weave, and the Coloring Cotton and Under the Sea I do in 32 count linen. And then this was fun. So I've been on the hunt. I've been super inspired by an Instagram account called Tusk and Cardinal. And I've been on the hunt for like unique picture frames, and then trying to figure out, I don't know, I'm really just kind of slightly collecting them and possibly using them. I like them to be super unique. So this one's very unique. It's like a, I don't even know what to call it. It's really nice. But it came with this, and I love this. I mean, I don't know what it is, if anyone knows, but it's freaking amazing. she's beautiful. And like, everyone wants to go and follow her. She also gives me a lot of the, there is a Dimensions kit, I'll insert a picture, that I have on my whip list. I haven't started it, but I've been dying to for a long time. That resembles this quite a bit. So I'm not gonna take her out. There's no glass. But even when I do take her out, I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with this because I really fell in love with it. So this is an awful way of showing black fabric. You can see everything behind it. But I decided to go ahead and start Red Mermaid with the black even weave. I think it's 28 count. I don't think it's called Lugana. I think this is Jobelin, but I'm not sure. And this is the first time that I've worked on an RTO. So with RTO, it's a little, with RTO, it's a little difficult. You have the symbols and you have 4 of these. So to stitch one, you have to find the symbol. So let's say, for example, I'm gonna stitch this symbol, number 1. So I have to go to the second thing, I don't know what to call it, second thing, and it's color number 1. So I would have to go, so this is the second one, and then this is number 1, and that's the color. They're DMC threads, but they don't put the DMC number. So like I said, a little difficult. It's very confetti heavy. I think I already mentioned that in a previous clip. And there's a lot of blends. So all of these are blends, and that was a little interesting to figure out too. So this one, like, look at the letter A. It's 1 strand from number 2, 2, and 1 strand of number 3, 7. So then I have to go number 2, 2, 1 strand, and number 3, 7. So is this 3? Yep, number 3, 7. Right now I'm stitching this letter L, and let me show you. So this letter L literally was this, so 5 stitches and 3 stitches. I have to tie it off and pick a new color. So, I mean, challenging, yes, very confetti heavy. I started from the top middle and worked my way to the top upper left. And let me tell you that stitching navy blue on black at night is very difficult. And I'm back stitching as I go just because it is such a complicated chart. I feel like I'm gonna miss things out. This is a clay by Kim. This is a clay by Kim. So this one is super old. I actually got this one in 2019, but I think that she created this collection in 2018. And then this one was last year, 2020. I love this one. And then a lot of people have asked about this. So this is actually something I found off of Cross Stitch with Luda. I messaged her and she sent me the vendor. It is a needle minder / excess fabric holder, as you can see. Oop. as you can see. So this is from a vendor on Instagram called Aggie Works or Aggie Works, not sure how to pronounce it. You just direct message them and request what you want, and then what they do is when it's ready to ship, they will send you a PayPal invoice, you pay it, and they ship it. It didn't take very long to receive. I want to say in total maybe 6 weeks from the time of my direct message to them to the time that it arrived on my doorstep. But of course, you have international mail to deal with, so that can vary. And I think that's the biggest thing, because the production time wasn't very long at all. And then let me show you some of my disaster zone. Brace yourself. Yep, that's the disaster I'm dealing with. I emptied out my closet. And a lot of this, it looks like it's all a bunch of cross stitch. I promise it's not. So there are some bins there with some kitted up charts, some random magazines back there that need to go. In that bin over there, there's just like randomness. This yellow or pink box is full of just home stuff, nothing cross stitch. Then the stuff on top of that are empty boxes and random bins that I need to get rid of. I have smalls there, in that small one that I need to figure out how I'm gonna store correctly. So it does look like it's a lot, but it's a lot of things that I just need to get rid of and just, you know, take away. That filing cabinet right there is not being used, so I'm waiting for some hanging files so that I can correctly store things in there. And that bag is just, see, it's just full of crap. It's just a bunch of stuff. It will all get put away. Hello friends, I look like absolute butt after traveling forever. So this is as much of me as you're gonna see in this screen. It's literally the reflection of my TV. But I wanted to share a little bit of some of the things that I've been working on for the past couple of, I guess, 3 weeks. This here is Red Mermaid. There, that is better. You'll see a couple of clips of all of this, but wanted to show you where I'm at right now. This is RTO's Red Mermaid. It comes in a kit. I'm sure that I explained a little bit in some previous clips. But here is where she is right now. She is being stitched on 28 count, black even weave from Zweigart. And yeah, so we have some of the back stitching already done around her face and her nose. And she is coming along quite nicely. You can see there. She's going away for a little bit because I have some other things that I wanted to kind of work on and finish, because as you may or may not know, I have Stitch West coming up in about 3 weeks. So I have a couple of projects that I want to finish before that. And so yeah, like I said, she's gonna be going away for a little bit. I thought I would share her with you. The other project that I don't know if I showed you completely finished was the Frosted Pumpkin Christmas Wreath Sal, or Stitch Along. Look, there's a gazpacho hair. There we go. It is completely finished. I just have to now turn this into a pillow. So I'm hoping that I can get this complete You know, I don't know. This weekend, maybe. I don't know. I really don't have any plans of it. But this was something that maybe I could get done pretty soon. The good news is I don't have to really put it out until like November. So I have about a month until I really, really, really want it completely, fully finished. But this will be basically like the second to last time that you all see the Christmas wreath. So here we have two. And last, but certainly not least, is Santa's Magic, a fan favorite. Santa's Magic, all of this has been, like all of the DMC Blanc is complete, all of the DMC Blanc is complete here. I have frogged all of the incorrect Krynic here. And I was looking at the chart and I really, really and truly don't have that much left. I do not stitch him in hoop or anything because I beat it as I went early in my process. And I do not recommend that because then you can't get him into any hoop or anything. I think I've mentioned that before. So this is a project that I may be taking to Stitch West since I don't have to use a hoop or anything and I just will stitch in hand. But I'm not quite sure if that's what I will be doing with the beading or not. I don't know. I'll figure that out as it gets closer. So this is one of my projects that I really want to push to get finished sooner versus later. Okay, I lied. I put on a sweater and put on some mascara to kind of freshen up the look here. I do have a couple things that I do want to share with you all from my traveling. So this little crazy hair is not one of them. I have been traveling for like 3 weeks now. I went from Houston to San Antonio driving, then flew back to Houston after dropping off gazpacho with my parents. And from there, I'm trying to think. Flew back to Houston, Columbus, was in Columbus for about a week. Then from Columbus went to New York for about 5 days. From New York to Miami for about 3 days, back to San Antonio, and we just drove in today. So I go back to work tomorrow, and I thought that this would be a good opportunity to kind of like bring everyone to speed on the projects that I've done and kind of my recent purchases and finish out all of the crazy little clips that I had going on beforehand, which may or may not have made any sense. But you know what? You all have been with me for a while, so I'm just, whatever. Like, it is what it is. This is me. So yeah, let me go and get some of the purchases that I made over at a little needlework shop in Columbus, Ohio, that I can't remember the name. Okay, this is falling apart. I don't know what store. Oh, Cross My Heart. So Cross My Heart in Columbus, Ohio is where I stopped. And that's actually kind of a cool story because so we have some really good friends in Columbus. And also Mega Stitches is in Columbus. And we literally like missed each other's paths at Cross My Heart. It was the craziest thing. So I did not think that I was going to have any free time because like you're going to go and visit friends, right? So I never reached out to her. And then like when I was kind of getting the glimpse that I would be able to kind of venture and do stuff on my own, I had sent her a message asking if Cross My Heart was worth visiting. And she was like, yeah, it's my local, I say little needlework shop for LNS, but I believe it's local needlework shop, LNS. And so anyway, we, as in my friends and I, went to a bakery, which is in the shopping center. And as we're driving through the parking lot, I saw that there was Cross My Heart and it said like a Counted Cross Stitch store or shop. I was like, this is really weird. I didn't research this, and I literally just like stumbled upon it randomly. So I had to go. So I ended up going the next day, and they had some really good gems. So a couple of things that I grabbed from a while back ago, it was actually last year, I believe, I stitched little or Halloweenies by Plum Street, and I had ran out of Raven from the Gentle Art. But the skein of Raven I think that I received was more black and didn't have green tones. Someone did kindly send me a piece so that I could finish, because it was like hollow. I have it in my closet, I'll just go get it. Sorry. So this is Halloween because I still needed weenies. And so, oh no, I don't remember now. No, I messed up. Did I mess up? I don't remember. The point is, I needed a skein. It either needed green or didn't, but now that I'm looking at it, I think I didn't need green. Someone did kindly send me a piece of the skein that I was looking for to finish this up, which I still haven't done. But when I went to Cross My Heart, they had quite a bit of selection of the Gentle Art. So I ended up getting Raven, and it has like some of the green undertones in it. And then I also went and got a skein of Brethren Blue, which was also a skein that I needed off of the top of my head that I couldn't find anywhere. And then some other stuff that I found were Just Nans. So I found this Just Nan Mr. Nutley Owl, which I thought was really cute. No, I don't have any intentions of stitching him right now. Then I got the Autumn Mouse Scissor Roll. Also don't have any intentions of stitching this right now, but as you can tell, I was kind of like in the autumn spirit. I found some Shepherd's Bush. So this one, what is this one called? Stitching Notes. I thought it was really cute, and it has like the tiniest of the tiniest little buttons. No, I don't have any intention of stitching this right now. I found Queen of the Needle by Just Nan, and it has like all of the embellishments and everything in the original, and I didn't have to pay like 5 times the amount on eBay, so that was a really good find. I don't even know if this one is out of print or not. This is Be Scary. See, some more Halloween theme Just Nan. And last but certainly not least, Queen of the Needle. Oh, still Queen of the Needle, which is like a little cube. It is really cute as well. And also has like all of the embellishments ready to go. So that was kind of my haul from that shop, which I stayed at that shop for a really long time. I kind of picked through everything. I'm trying my hardest to be a little bit more selective in like things that I purchase. I think I've probably said that like 50,000 times before. We're still working on it. It's like an ever long-lasting goal. Just like trying not to purchase just random impulse purchases that I see off of Flosstube, which I haven't been watching much of, or Instagram, which I haven't been on much. So like I had a really large correlation of you all are like the worst influencers in the world. Because as I was traveling and kind of spending time outside of my house and off of my phone and off of YouTube and all this stuff, I noticed that my purchases went down. However, the little purchases have gone down, but I did order a Dubco floor stand, which was a big purchase, but you know, I don't know. It was one of those, actually what really happened was a couple things. Number one, I got like a bonus at work. The bonus was like $175. It wasn't very much, but it was something. So I decided to treat myself and use that bonus towards the Dubco floor stand. So I received an email that it should be starting the production It should take about 6 to 8 weeks, I guess. And then from there it'll ship, and I don't know how long that'll take. But I will keep track of all of that so that I can further give you all information on how that process went. I did order also a while back ago, like after StitchCon a while back ago, the travel stand, the Velki. It's like Velki Potoki, but I hear people pronounce Potoki as Potoko, so I'm not quite sure how that works. But I put in that order, I guess, back in June. You don't pay upfront, but to this date, which we're at mid-September, I haven't received any update on it being produced or an invoice to pay for it, so that's just kind of hanging out back there. And then what else? I guess like plans, right? So I'm down to being by myself at work. My like full-time counterpart is no longer, and so it'll just be me, and I will have to really figure out balance and be very mindful of not drowning in work, and taking care of myself. So I'm hoping that I will be able to do that, because everything is out of my control. It's not my fault that people are leaving the hospital. It's just the way that it is. It's the world that we live in. And my outside stitching projects, I guess I have a couple of projects I want to complete for Stitch West that I don't want to show until Stitch West. So I've been working a little bit on those. They were actually my travel projects while I was doing my whole hiatus, traveled the United States. And then the other things would be finish Santa's Magic if possible, and continue working on Red Mermaid if possible. And I think those are, and finish the pumpkin stitchery pillow, fully finish it. So that would be kind of my goals right now. I really don't have much more to say outside of that, except that I miss you all, and I will continue just doing my thing, and we'll be checking in with you as soon as I can and will. As you know, I don't have a filming schedule. I don't have one. I've tried one a million times and it just doesn't work for me, so I just pop in randomly. So anyway, it was great to hang out with you all, and I hope you're all having a great day, or the best day that you could possibly have, and I will see you all next time. Bye!